Hey, Pookies.
Hey, everybody.
Phrygian listeners.
Hey.
How are we doing? I'm kidding. You can't answer that question. It's me, Liz. And that guy over there, Miles. And this guy over here,
Marley.
Good job. You know your name. No, but we have a really extra special guest with us today. You may have heard him before on WKNH, as he has a couple of shows of his own.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself? I think you can manage that.
Hi, I'm Zach. Those
Hi,
who
Zach.
know me. Those who don't.
Which is unfortunate for you, honestly. He's very funny.
Yeah. What's up with the people who don't?
DJ Vibes.
DJ Vibes. That's my moniker
Yes,
here.
it is.
And WKNH. Yeah.
So what are
Hi.
So somebody in the room, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Zach, just in general.
We're actually talking just strictly about like you as a person, not
Yeah,
about your
well-
compositions.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
are you analyzing? Oh, am I gonna finally get my like ENTFJ done?
Yes, we're actually
Right.
we're doing a tarot reading for you first, and then we're gonna get into. Oh my god, that would have been so funny.
Oh my god.
Do a live tarot reading.
Anyways.
Yes. Okay.
But,
no,
yeah.
But Zach is a music tech major
Yes, correct.
in his senior year. Ooh, ah.
Ugh.
Tell us. Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah, pretty much. Tell us a little bit
Doc
about
listens to this.
what?
Careful, Doc listens to this.
real.
No, just more like in terms of just for senior year, not because of the major. I love the major.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your senior capstone project. Why don't you? Because that's part of what inspired us to want you here, and also I just like hearing about it because I'm a part of it. That's
So-
Marley and Miles.
The senior project is basically you kind of have the freedom to record whatever you want, and you have kind of the license to do whatever, be whatever, and it just has to be like recorded. You have to record it yourself and mix it yourself and do all the work yourself, but like you can do whatever you want. So I decided to make my own little album.
Awesome.
Have you wanted to make an album like before this, or did you just decide, hey, it's a senior project, like let's do that?
I actually have released an EP before.
Oh.
No. I don't really like reflect
Advertise
back
it?
on it because it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
great.
Oh.
Is
It like home recorded?
it's like garage band, maybe it was like released in like my junior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
But it's on like Spotify and Apple Music because I paid for that. I was like, I'm gonna buy so I can like put this on a streaming service because I just like wanted to do that. So just like 5 songs that I had like made already, and like they're okay. Some of them I stand by in terms of songwriting, and some of them I don't.
This is kind of unrelated, but I think my favorite like senior capstone project to this day has been Barry Long. He wrote I think it was like a 10 or 12 minute like long piece, and it had a Bikini Bottom type like beat to it.
Yeah.
Specifically the vibe of Squidward Tiki Land.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there. I
Yeah.
remember like
Yeah.
listening to at least part of it. I don't
No,
know if
it
he
was
played the whole
wild.
thing when I was there because I think it was in like workshop or something.
Yeah, and then I think he also released it at the student composer recital.
Yeah. It was cool though. He did a good job on it.
Yeah. I think capstone projects are so neat.
They are.
So we are here to talk to Zach a little bit about his process in terms of, because he writes his music, Abe, and he records his music. He's very nice to work with.
See.
Marley and I were there last night recording because there's a little flute trio. Ooh, super fun. And then a noise collage. Ooh.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm excited for that one to come out. It features me screaming.
Bloody murder.
Yeah, horror movie scream.
Essentially.
It's really good.
But it's really
I
cool.
play Amazing Grace on my
You
flute.
do.
Yeah, it's like I have like a video just of like me and Marley playing. Like it doesn't have like the background sounds, but it's like you hear just like, you know, patriotic like Dixie in the background.
Amazing
And then, yeah.
Grace.
immediately followed by me shrieking like I just
like guttural screaming.
Oh yeah, it was bliss for me.
It hit though.
Oh yeah.
The like combination of like the takes I made, like that I kind of like comped together.
Yeah.
Really, it hit the spot. It really did.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm so excited. I'm like genuinely very excited about this. I've told so many people because I'm like.
So, like, can you tell us about, like, what's going on your senior project album? Like, what's your inspirations for some of them?
Okay,
Sort of a compound question, but...
There's a lot.
Oh wait,
So-
and a side question as well. What's with the patriotic theme? And I'm sure that'll tie into like, your answers as well.
Okay, yeah. I never intended it to, first of all, have like a kind of a patriotism theme, because like most of the album doesn't. Mm-hmm. It's really only kind of like the middle that does, that kind of ties into that, because I wrote a song on it called Uncle Sam, which is like a very like anti-war song, more not necessarily about like criticizing like the people that go off to war, because obviously the people that like do serve are kind of, at least in my opinion, like the people that are like battling on like the battlefield are brave people. Like they're obviously like fighting, they're doing something that's like very scary. But it's more of a criticism of like the system that creates war.
So
which
it's
is
kind of like the theme of War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
very that vibe.
Yeah.
Of it's just kind of like more criticizing of like the rich man, and I use kind of Uncle Sam to as a figurehead to display more the effects of war. But as for the album, it kind of an experimentation in like psychedelia.
Ooh, okay.
Because I'd say I'm like very influenced by the kind of like 60s Woodstock era into like the 70s of like psychedelic rock of like kind of like Pink Floyd.
I can see that in your
like,
vibe very much.
Yeah. But up until like kind of like really hard rock too, and like I'm also like a huge fan of heavy metal, but also I'm a huge fan of like folk music, so like it's
You and I have similar tastes.
Huh?
You and I have similar tastes.
Yeah, like I'm also like I will like throw down for Joni Mitchell, like I would like I would die for her,
As you should.
just because like she is my queen, but
Yeah.
also like I would like float down a river and like listen to White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. Like I will do that. Or like Time by Pink Floyd is like a kind of good example and stuff of that as well.
Would you ever listen to classical flute music if it wasn't for Robin?
So I'm gonna actually shock probably everyone here and listening.
Yeah.
In my free time, I don't listen to classical music. Period.
Whoa.
Not shocking, like at all.
I
neither.
don't.
For
I don't
reference,
either.
everybody, Zach also
Like,
plays flute.
I do.
Yes.
I don't
yes,
listen
yes.
to any classical music either. I'm not
Like,
gonna lie to you.
In
I
my
listen
free time, like
yeah. I
you
listen
know-
when I'm studying or like
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah.
But
like I've been in music theory classes where like the music theory, like the teacher will be like, "Oh, you guys know that piece," and I'm just like,
No, I don't.
"Yeah," but in my head, I'm like, I don't even know who that composer
that
is.
happens to me
Real.
constantly.
I don't
That's
even know
me
who
in
that is. Like,
Western music. He's just like, oh yes, you all know this composer, and everyone's like, oh yeah, and I'm like,
no.
I promise you, like, at least 70 to 85% of that class is lying when they say, oh, yeah, I know that person.
For sure.
The other 25% is, like, me and James.
There's always approximately 2 people who
And
know. Yeah, there's like 2 to 3 people who know what's going on, and then
Yeah.
there's like everyone else in the class, but like they don't want the professor to feel bad.
Right.
That might be a me problem. I don't know. I'm usually one of those.
No,
Yeah.
it's
No, yeah.
exactly that.
It's
I
very
just
that.
let other people say yes for me.
Yeah.
You know.
No, yeah. I know I know the vibes. I'm usually the one that says yes for other people,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
different major, different situation.
But
Same vibes, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I feel like we get very discussion oriented. Anyway, we're not talking about history today. We're talking about Zach.
But yeah, no, I don't really like listen to classical music at all. I'm not like I appreciate it. I have an appreciation for it that
Yeah.
has grown since I've been at college.
It's just
but
not your
like,
vibe.
because like I understand its importance, but like also just like it just doesn't do what I need
Yeah.
music to do for like me and my soul.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I need something that has some type of message for me. I need something that like
Yeah.
communicates something.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like classical music can definitely like communicate something, but it's in a very different way. And sometimes it like a lot of classical music isn't just isn't going to communicate what's going to hit for you, you know?
It's a very abstract communication.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like interesting too, because I feel like a lot of what you do listen to does have like in its own ways its ties to like I guess the vibes that you're going for. Like I don't know. But like with hard rock and a lot of its messaging kind of reminds me of like Shostakovich and like the pieces that he wrote like back in World War II and the Russian Revolution and just being like poop you government. Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened during the Russian Revolution. Can confirm. History major confirms.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. Don't worry, guys. I mean, it might have. Who's to say? I wasn't there.
Say on it, so.
No, I actually was there, guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on, Zach.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, as you guys know, this is Yap Session, the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's Zach being here isn't going to make it less of a Yap Session.
But I never expected it not to be.
Oh yeah, no. You knew this was going to be a Yap Session. Should we?
Yeah. Of course.
Let's see. But I do know that you've got some music to play for us.
I have a lot of music to play for you.
Yeah, which is why I'm segueing into that a little early, because I want to make sure we get through all your amazing, wonderful, beautiful, perfect, immaculate pieces.
The first one is not wonderful and amazing. I'm gonna get that real clear right now.
Yeah, give
first
us a little.
one is not wonderful and amazing.
This
it's
is
actually
like the
horrible and
evolution of
disgusting.
Yeah,
Zach.
give us a
This
little
is the
overview.
evolution
Tell us
of
what's
it.
up with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna play for y'all, and this is me really bearing my soul for like everyone, because this is actually highly embarrassing for me. Is the first song I ever not wrote but recorded, in terms of like once I figured out kind of like how to use GarageBand on my own and like record guitar and like, you know, insert like some type of MIDI drum in, and none of it's in time with each other. Nothing is happening. It's my prepubescent, like 8th grade voice.
Oh my God.
It's me, like, Miles, you might know the song. Do you know the song Angel of Death by Slayer?
Oh yeah.
I do not, but I guess.
Okay,
Liz
well,
does.
the opening vocal is essentially this really high, like, scream that's, like, super sustained. And that's what I chose to kind of open my vocal with.
Yes.
And that was kind of the inspiration. But then it goes into this kind of, like, punky thing. So it's, like, weird. But
I like all the screaming that you have in your music so far.
yeah, but this is, like, like you'll see. But, yeah, this was the kind of the first song that I ever played.
For reference, we haven't heard a lot of this music. So
have not heard
it's
any
new
of
for
this.
us too.
None of the songs I've played today that you have heard.
And can I just say thank you so much for like bearing your soul with us.
We're
I
so
very
excited.
much appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, this is
yes, we will support you no matter what.
maybe not after this, but
Support you.
We're like, actually get out of the studio.
We're gonna go. Ooh, we take it back. New topic. Let's talk about Twilight again. No. Okay.
but anyway, this song is called "Kill the King and Queen."
All right.
Kick away all the thoughts. Just take away the rest of the burden. Cause I will kill the king, kill the queen, go against the monarchy. Kill the king, kill the queen, go against the monarchy. I don't care if I want to know. How about shut up for once. Kill the king, kill the queen, go against the monarchy. Kill the king, kill the queen, go against the monarchy. Go say, go fucking crazy. king, kill the queen, go against the monarchy. Kill the king, kill the queen.
We usually have to cut out music because it's copyright, but this is Zach's music, and we can go, hey Zach,
Yeah.
can we play your music on
And
the internet?
these other songs I want to play aren't on YouTube because I
Yeah.
stopped posting to that after a while.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so if you don't mind us posting it, like,
It's fine.
we can keep recording.
Anyways,
I hereby give you my permission.
thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Listen to that YouTube. We're certified by Zach.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, he thinks we're cool. Zach said we're cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I take Zach's
Anyways.
opinion very seriously in my life, honestly. Like, I live daily, like, what would Zach do? I usually know the answer. But anyway, so that piece was
Yeah.
Peace.
that piece was something. I loved it.
I
mean, those-
honestly do think it's a
Intense.
vibe. I
Yeah,
know,
I feel
like,
like-
you're like embarrassed about it
Yeah.
because like it is like a little bit
It's-
off tempo, but
it's-
it is a
it's middle school
vibe.
Zach.
It's more just like I'm more embarrassed, more of, like mostly of the vocal, just because like my voice obviously
I think a remake of that
does
would
not.
hit so
I don't.
hard.
I do not remember what I played because like, here's the
Period.
thing: most of the songs that I've ever made never wrote it down.
Yeah.
Never wrote
Yeah,
any
been there.
notation down.
I
Never
mean,
wrote
that's
nothing.
that's how most people make their music. It's just like here at a like classical music college, we're expected to just write everything.
Yeah,
I mean, just
it's like
play
mostly.
by ear, man.
Yeah, it's mostly just like always kind of been in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
that's actually very cool. It's very insightful. You just kind of like hear stuff in your head, and you're like, what?
My brain has so many wrinkles in it because it's just so like.
Mine is so
huge.
smooth.
Huh?
Mine is so smooth. I actually took it out and sandpapered it yesterday.
It
You
looks
heard
like
it
a
here.
raw chicken.
Yeah, it does.
You heard it here, guys. Miles has a smooth brain.
I do.
But don't worry, Zach has enough wrinkles for the both of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that piece, so we can see, like, I've heard some stuff you've played, and I've
Humble beginnings.
yeah, but it's nice to see there's like a progression because you
For
know
sure.
people don't just like pop out ready to like make a masterpiece. No,
Certainly not.
we're not all Mozart. We are not 4 years old writing concertos.
Yeah.
I mean, Mozart doesn't write masterpieces.
That's a personal opinion.
Tea.
But anyway, yeah, it's like the fact that you started writing in 8th grade. That's really cool. So when was like that's the first thing you recorded? What was the first thing you can remember like creating in terms of like written music?
Honestly, it was not too long like before it. It was just like a little, like, kind of like because I had like very recently just learned how to start playing guitar when I like learned basically a couple power chords. I learned how to play like Iron Man, like the Black Sabbath song, like the riff. I
Yeah.
remember like practicing on guitar, like playing like for like 4 hours, just trying to get the riff, just because like the guitar was so foreign to me compared to the flute.
Oh yeah.
But so that's probably why a lot of the timing's off, because it's just like I also like still
Yeah.
didn't really know how to play guitar
Yeah,
at all.
You were just learning.
But it's impressive that you had like the dedication to like actually like record the entire thing. Because I know
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I could like write this whole thing.
Yeah,
Never,
I remember
ever.
like playing like a couple like generally like probably like the first 2 years, every song that I like made, I would like show them to my parents, and I would like play one, like I play it for my mom, and every time she would like my vocals would come in and she would like laugh.
Stop.
She would laugh in my face, but it's okay because I love my mom. But then after she'd be like, "Don't quit your day job, you know. Don't quit your day job. Like, you know, you're great at the music. The singing is not for you."
Oh,
and
she
I was
ate
like,
you up.
but I also recognize in all the songs that I'm going to be playing for you today, I'm not a singer. That's why I go to college for flute. If I was going to college for a singer, I would have not gotten into this college. You know, I would have been the only person in Keene State music history to fail an audition,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
If I were to have auditioned as a singer.
I mean, you know what?
But
Sometimes
you, like-
we can't be talented at every single thing. Sometimes we can be talented at like most things. Like
Also,
Zach.
like quote unquote bad singers have their charms. Like I will only listen to like punk and like rock music if the singer is horrible.
we are hard.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
they're singing like I'm not gonna listen
Ooh,
to
whoa,
it
whoa,
unless it's Patrick
yeah.
Stump. Unless it's Patrick Stump, then I will listen to that.
Yeah.
But like most of the time, it's like I won't listen to it unless they're like a terrible singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of like when they just like scream into a microphone, in a way that makes my vocal cords feel like I'm eating sandpaper.
For sure.
I just love that. It hits the ear just beautifully.
Anyways,
You know what else hits
speaking
the ear
of-
beautifully? Everything that Zach plays.
I was
And
gonna
Miles'
say,
lovely,
speaking
lovely
of,
voice.
Zach's evolution.
Yeah.
What's your next song that you're gonna play for
I
us?
believe it's Drive Me Crazy. If I'm not incorrect, it's that what
Yeah.
I had said. I forget what I said like 5 minutes ago.
Real.
But it's Drive Me Crazy. This is definitely now out of GarageBand into the Logic era of recording.
Logic era.
Into that, still recording guitar, not like, I guess, properly, quote unquote, because I used this thing for the longest time called an iRig, which is basically I can plug it into my headphone jack, and then there's another thing that I can plug the like 1/4-inch guitar cable into, and it just essentially acts like as a direct in.
Yeah.
And I can like pick all the amp sounds. So this is in that era of me still using kind of like the iRig and stuff, and all these songs are honestly still that because I'm used iRig up until the senior project essentially. It's just because I am poor and
and like you don't have like a whole huge home studio, like that's
I like
unrealistic.
I can barely afford a Shure SM57. Like I can't really,
Yeah.
but anyway, this is a song called "Drive Me Crazy," and it's very kind of Beach Boys amplified.
Ooh, okay.
Like very kind of like 60s, like
So very different vibe.
like the song "Revolution" by the Beatles, not like the long like avant-garde one, but like the short one. That vibe.
Okay.
But
Let's
that's
listen
this
to
song.
Drive Me Crazy.
Howdy, partners. That was phenomenal. I enjoyed that very, very much.
Thank you.
Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about it.
I kind of the main kind of riff is just 2 chords, 2 like kind of power chords, and then I don't know. I'm trying to think of like I can't really remember the inspiration because usually a lot of like my songs I'll like hear a particular song or a particular artist and I'll be like, oh, like that's such a cool vibe of like the song, or I'll discover something and I'll like end up kind of like, because it's just in my head, like writing not like something vaguely of the style.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what it was. I think it was probably like the Beatles or something, but it was like
I do get that vibe from that
I
song.
know, like at least in like the harmonies, I was definitely going for like that Beatles Beach Boys vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The singing, not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, that was heavily auto-tuned, but like, or at least not heavily auto-tuned, but like flex pitched to like all hell, you know.
But like, here's the thing: you're not performing live.
True. Yeah. No. Like I said last night, recording everything's technically fake in terms of not obviously like the playing is real, but like what you can do in like the post stuff can cover up a lot of
a lot of
like
whoopsie
mishaps and stuff like that. Like you can really correct a lot of things.
Like my terrible sense of rhythm.
No, you got it.
You did, and it sounded great. It sounded wonderful. I like was mixing it today, really.
Zach's just sitting there like, oh yeah, this
No,
is so
I was
good.
bussing down.
I would be too, honestly. But of course,
yeah.
Yeah, you were exactly like that.
yeah, no, that's actually you were just sitting there doing that exactly the same. Yeah,
Correct. I was like straight up.
as you should. I respect that. Yeah, it's so fun to listen to music from people that like you actually know. I feel like that's pretty neat to do, especially when it's like recorded stuff. I'm like, ooh, I know this person.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I just find it so neat. I don't know why. Oh, so good. So what else are we listening to from you here?
I forget the order.
It's okay.
Remind me. Okay, so this is actually kind of a little bit of a debut of something that is going to actually be on the senior project.
Ooh,
This is going to
okay.
open the entire album. This is the opening kind of flute instrumental that I recorded last Saturday. And Marley has heard like kind of the demo of this, but it's definitely a lot different in terms of sounding, and I like messed with the delay and a little bit more reverb, and so it sounds a little bit different, and the panning is a little bit different. This is definitely like you're like, it's gonna be good. I'm really kind of happy with where it's at. I still have maybe a couple things that I'm gonna switch, but in general, it's at a pretty good place. just in terms of sound, but it's just flute, and it's just me.
All right, that was awesome.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Marley said right before we came back on air, it gives the vibes of like right after a storm, which I get.
Yeah, it does. It's not that this is a vibe that most of the people in this room will completely comprehend, but it gives the vibe of a large body of water immediately after an earthquake. Where the water is like shooting up waves, but like in a very like zen way. It's hard to explain if you've never fully been there, but it's very cool.
Thank you. I called it Cosmo Part 1 after actually kind of a slight suggestion from Marley, because I had posted a clip of it on my Instagram and you had commented, it feels like you're floating through space. And so I was like, okay, because I had entitled it originally, I was entitling all three of the flute kind of interludes, flute, S word 1, 2, 3, etc. That's what I was originally going to title it, but Dr. G was like, hey, maybe think of something original. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So I was like, let me figure something else out. But yeah, no, it's definitely really cool. And then at the end of the album, basically I took that audio and I reversed it. So you're going to be hearing that backwards that closes out everything.
I am like so
it's like entering the
excited.
wormhole, then like falling back out.
I'm like chronically excited to hear this album.
Yeah.
Like, I can't explain to you. Like, it's gonna be a masterpiece. It's a masterstroke. It's a genius moment for you, honestly.
Grammy Awards, where you at?
Honestly, yeah. I think we should nominate you for every award ever.
Yeah.
I'm just incredibly like excited and proud because like this is only the beginning, and I cannot wait to hear like what you're going to make next and after this. And I really hope that I'll be involved.
Oh,
way or another.
100. If I need if I need flute players, if I need a saxophone player, I know who to call. I know who to call.
Speaking of like sort of the future, is there anything you're planning already, or like what is something you want to do in your future? I know that's like a huge question, but like, you know.
Well, I already technically have kind of a job lined up for summer.
Ooh,
in terms of but it's like a live sound job in terms of just like, for Prescott Park in Portsmouth, it's like an outdoor kind of venue, and they're looking. I'm gonna be like an A2, which is like the kind of second audio person that handles like the monitors, like the kind of the stage stuff. And it's gonna be cool. I'm really excited about it. It's a cool experience, and I got a pretty sickening day rate for a freshly out of college student.
That's awesome. So that's really exciting.
I'm ready to finally make money after like not having a job for like since like freshman year of college.
Yeah.
'Cause I worked at the Home Goods.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Literally
Me in that red
traumatizing.
apron.
Literally traumatizing.
Literally
Box stores
traumatizing.
are just like the trauma central.
This question is kind of corny, but if you had to like make music with like any one musician, dead or alive, who would it be? Or group?
Me, obviously.
Could I like put like my dream band together?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
On guitar is gonna be Jimi Hendrix.
Yes.
On God.
Yeah.
Agreed.
On vocals is going to be Janis Joplin. On God. On drums is going to be it's probably I'm thinking it probably either gonna be like John Bonham, even just because like he hits really hard on the kit, or it's gonna be like some kind of like progressive rock drummer that can do like really like technical stuff but also keep it simple. On keyboards I would dream, even though like she would never play my kind of music, but like Nina Simone, just because like as a piano player she is like technically kind of everything I would want, just in terms of like embodying kind of emotion. Even though she would never play like rock music, that's definitely not her vibe, but I guess kind of in that dream. And then of course like I'll be there on the side. I'll be there on the side.
You're
I'll
like
be
a
the recording
tambourine
engineer.
player.
I'll be the recording and I'll be the bass player. You know
Yeah.
what? I'll be the bass player.
There you go. There you
And
go.
I'll be the bass player in the original lineup. Then just before the recording of the album, they'll get John Entwistle from The Who.
I would listen to
Yeah.
this consistently
Yeah. It's
on repeat.
just like it's just I don't know. Like I like making music for sure. I know obviously like in terms of making music, the chances of success in that are very slim. It's just that in terms of like if I was the artist, just because like you need to really work it, and I'm also not really I have a kind of lovely little thing called stage fright, and a fear of talking in front of people, and so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of your stuff is just phenomenal. I think you could really take it somewhere.
I wouldn't mind being a songwriter though.
Yeah.
That I would be okay with.
Yeah.
Just like I just don't know if I could be on this like stage like in like a giant stadium like
That's
a sea of people. That would like
nerve-wracking.
really
Like,
freak me out.
oh yeah. Oh Lord.
Sorry, I just dropped my phone, but someone else that only started out as like a songwriter was Sia.
True.
And, well, I mean, I don't really respect her as a person, but like,
But like
she's pretty famous now.
yeah.
So,
For sure.
Before we get to your next song, Zach, can you talk about the show you have on Sunday for our viewers to promo yourself?
Yeah, I have Vibe of the Week. I don't know what the vibe is gonna be. I usually don't pick it until like a Saturday night. So I really don't know what the vibe of the week, but I just kind of like pick a different vibe, mood, feeling.
What was
each
last
week.
week's vibe of the week? What was last week's?
in the podcast.
Oh, it was the vibe of Ray's Cheetos pajama pants,
I did
because he
see
had
them.
bought them and I had made a playlist just based on. So I played like Eye of the Tiger, even though it's cheetah. So
Oh my god.
I was like big cat, same diff.
The vibe is right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can confirm. Did see the pants. Love them.
They're fun pants now. When he originally bought them, I was like, please don't. You can't not wear this in public. You can't. You
Wow.
can't. Like,
Love.
but now I'm like chill with them. So
You've made your peace with the Cheetos pajama pants.
I've grown into them.
You stole them actually. They're yours now. You're wearing them currently.
Honestly, we wear them at the same time.
One in one leg, one in the other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such an
Anyways.
interesting visual.
Attached at the hip.
Oh my god. Anyways, what's your next song that you're gonna play?
The next song is also kind of a semi-debut thing, because this song is basically, it's going to be on the senior project, but I re-recorded it for the senior project.
Okay.
So I had originally recorded, and this is the version that you're going to hear. I had originally recorded it for my avant rock class that I took with Professor Ted Mann, who I thought was okay. We had some interesting conversations in the class in terms of like, although my only, I guess, critique is that we really focused a lot on the Beatles, and I was like, I really wanted to get into like kind of the '90s boom of avant rock. Like, I wanted to talk about Sonic Youth. I wanted to talk about like the Stooges from the '70s. I wanted to talk about like a kind of plentiful, different array of bands. But I obviously also understand the need to have conversations about the Beatles and the Beach Boys, because what they did technically in the studio was beyond for the time. But yeah, so this is a song it's in my computer as Avant Final Project, but it's called The Evil Eye.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yay.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that fits into avant rock.
For sure.
Yeah, it's definitely that like psychedelic, like kind of strange.
It was an
vibe.
experimentation because I was basically doing the Beatles recording techniques, like where they had like kind of in their like later period where they like experimented a lot with drone, a lot of like kind of like different like tape loops and tape samples and sounds, and like a lot of like reverse sounds. So like there was like the reverse guitar solo.
They got funky. They pulled in like Hare Krishnas into their writing.
Yeah.
Which is actually really interesting. Like there's there's a, God, I think it's George Harrison piece.
I like how you call everything a piece.
Yeah,
Peace.
I do. There's a song by George Harrison. Lord Almighty, can I remember it? No, I don't think I can. If it comes to me, keep in mind I will update you. But
Okay.
it's very much like Hindu methodology.
For sure, yeah, he was very inspired by that.
No, yeah, he absolutely was. Like that's a piece we listened to in my religions class while talking about Hinduism. It was actually very interesting. But that piece, slight niche reference, but there's an episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch where she makes a time ball and goes back in time to the 60s, 70s.
Okay.
And that's what the music sounds like to me.
Yeah. It was definitely like just an experimentation and just kind of like those. It obviously doesn't sound really like the Beatles, but I really liked how it sounded. But I'm excited because like the guitar in terms of in the tape loops and the reverse guitar solo and like the new mix sound really fire. It just sounds, everything just sounds like more clear and like just that kind of like clarity is just like really what I need.
Real.
You know. But yeah.
I love the vibes. I love everything you write. Let's be so real.
Yeah.
I'm your number one fan. Goes I. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, what is the last song you're gonna play for us tonight, Zach?
So the last song that it's in a very interesting time signature. I think it's in like, I don't even know. I want to say it's like 7/4, and then it goes into like something, and then it eventually goes into 4/4 and like the pre-chorus and chorus. But like the riff, I had like
Money by
written
Pink
and I've been
Floyd.
like jamming on it. But like when I went to record it, I was like, oh, so this is definitely not in a 4/4 time signature.
Yeah.
And so I had to kind of just like make some stuff up in like Logic in terms of like the time signatures to make the riff work, because I was very confident on the kind of riff. And this starts out more definitely like finger picking, like folk kind of vibe, and then it gets into more like the hard rock kind of vibe, you know. But it was inspired basically by like my trip to Spain that I had taken last May. And it's called Flight to Spain.
Oh.
Get up and get packed, we're going to the airport today. 'Cause stuck in traffic, we're going to the airport today. They're charging all the people for luxury. Watching old movies on a little TV. We're going on a flight to Spain. We're going on a flight to Spain. Walk 15 miles, we're going on Camino today. No time to pause, we're going on Camino today. Get to bed before the sun goes down. At dawn, you're walking to another town. We're going on a flight to Spain. We're going on a flight to Spain.
All right, that was Flight to Spain by
So-
Zach.
Ooh.
I take the blame on that one. I'm gonna just take that.
Yeah, there was an oopsie, but it's okay.
Also, Ray texted me, is the song you were thinking of My Sweet Lord? Is it that song?
No, it's not. Oh my god. Okay. Marley, you talking to this mic while I try and figure it out.
Okay, so I wasn't originally gonna do a muffin review because I haven't had any muffins this
my
week.
God.
But welcome to Muffin Review with Marley.
Brief interruption to the muffin review. It's Art of Dying by George Harrison.
Anyway,
Back to the muffin review.
thanks. Sorry. So I went to this cute little bagel shop in Ithaca, New York. Right, you probably didn't know where I was last week. I was in Ithaca, New York.
You did mention.
Oh, well, just as a reminder, I was at this tiny college, you probably never heard of it. It was called Cornell, for a little band conference, and I got to play with easily some of the best musicians on, like, the Eastern Seaboard, or not to flex, or anything. But anyway, we went to this cute little bagel shop. It was called College Town Bagels in Ithaca, and it was like right next to our hotel. It was so good. I didn't have a muffin there, but I was going to buy one with all the cash I had left in my wallet, but I was like, I need to have my $3, so instead I didn't. But it looked very promising, and instead I had a really, really good sandwich that was also hot, temperature-wise. But yeah. And that was the best food that I had this week.
You heard it here, folks. Marley is attracted to sandwiches.
Yeah.
Are you wait, what would that even be? Like a sandwich sexual?
A sandwich sexual.
Yeah.
I love a good sandwich. What did I have for dinner tonight, you may be asking? You aren't asking that.
I actually was asking. It was in my brain immediately.
Thank you. I had Domino's. I had a pull-apart spinach and feta bread, which is why I'm not talking a lot tonight, because I am so tired, because I had like that whole thing within an hour.
But if it was delicious, I think it was worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be feeling this for like the next week.
You've actually just changed the entire vibe of the course of the week for you by going and eating, I don't know, what was it? A spinach feta pull-apart?
Yeah,
I don't know.
cheesy bread.
That is so good.
Right.
I love cheese bread.
Not to interrupt your feta cheesy bread review, Zach, do you have
Yeah.
any final words for us before we end our show today?
Just kind of like thank you. Thank you for listening to my music and talking about my music with me. I am
welcome.
sorry about one of the versions of the song I played, because I legit, like, seriously made an edited version where I edited out something
swear.
and I ended up clicking on the wrong one, which
you know
is
what? It's alright. Poop
seriously,
happens. you
yeah.
know?
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Pooping and farting.
if anyone from WKNH is listening, I take the blame for it.
We appreciate
That's not me.
you being on. We think it was amazing, despite the whoopsie daisy towards the end, but everything else was like so perfect.
Yeah.
And listening to the progression of your music pieces has just been such a little treat.
The
It's like my little
production-
treat at the end of the day.
the production value definitely got a lot better.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Over time, and it will continue to get better.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep getting better.
Like Flight to Spain just groove in my head to that.
Yeah.
Loved
yeah,
it.
it's definitely I don't know, like it was weird because I was like, "Ugh, that riff doesn't work, because it's like such a weird time signature, and like kind of we as people is like hard to
But you made it
sometimes
work, so.
process things that aren't outside of 4/4/3/4/2/4.
Yeah.
Or it's like 6/8 or something. It's like hard. It's really hard to make like 7/4 plus like 2/4 work.
Counting
and
is
stuff like
hard.
That. It is, but I don't know. I thought it ended up kind of well, but yeah,
It's like math rock.
it's
Oh,
math
yeah.
rock,
Yeah.
mathematician.
I'm just like saying words at this point. Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you guys for having me on. It was an honor.
No problem. man.
Anytime.
Next week is
Yeah.
going to be
Miles info dump session.
it's
number
literally
one.
just gonna be me talking, because it's my like I don't want to say special interest because that's like specifically autism. What's the word? Term. But you know, this is
It's
one
his
of my main
favorite thing in the
interests.
entire world.
It's Irish traditional and folk music because we are now in March and St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so I felt like it was appropriate, and also I would have talked about it anyway
Yeah.
because I don't get to yap about it normally, so I'm going to be annoying.
See, pinky swear to all of you, you're gonna hear from me and Marley like twice the entire hour, and the rest of it is just gonna be Miles going, okay, so this is Irish folk music. I need you all to understand.
Yeah,
This
pretty
is
much.
everything.